Hello, may peace and blessings be with you. If you're here with me live, welcome, say hi. If you're catching the replay, please add hashtag replay to let me know that you have watched today's super exciting training where I'm taking you behind the scenes to show you what are all the mistakes I've made. I'm not going to show all the mistakes I've made with Flodesk, but quite a few. I've probably made, I'd say probably like 100 mistakes with Flodesk so far. And I'm not done yet. But for today's session, I've picked three because I think those are likely the ones other people may be making too. So I just want to make sure we cover those and help you not make those mistakes for yourself. You can learn from my mistakes. Okay, so I believe there are two types of people in this world. One that read the instruction manual for everything before they begin to work on stuff, before they begin to put things together. And then there are people like me who just jump in and say, oh, I have a new tool, or I have a new toy, or I have a new software product. Let's get my hands dirty with that and see what we learn, right? So that's the kind of human being I am. But interestingly, we don't make the same mistakes over and over, right? We learn from our mistakes, but we don't make the same mistakes over and over. I'm very blessed to have a team who also loves learning as we go. And we are really open about making mistakes and learning from them, because I really feel that when you are building a culture like that within your team or within your family, even, you are encouraging people to be creative, to be courageous, right? If we're not allowed to make mistakes, then we are not learning as much, also, right? We're kind of staying within the confines of whatever that topic is or concept is, and we're not really coming up with creative ideas if we're not allowed to make mistakes. So I would say make mistakes. It's okay. Make mistakes, learn from them, and create amazing solutions. Okay, should we dive in? Okay, let's dive in. All right, so number one mistake I have made with Flodesk, and I feel like this one is very common. It is not setting up a workflow automation on the back end before starting to share the link for a landing page. So what happens is, when the normal flow is you create a landing page, you create an email, and then you add that email sequence to your Flowdesk automation, right? Workflow automation. But if you forget to do that last step, if you don't set up the automation before you start sharing the link of that landing page, people who have been added to your email segment, even after you kick off the workflow, they're not going to get the emails because they're not newly added, right? So the triggers in Flowdesk workflows start with when a subscriber is added to an email list. So all of the new people that are added after you have published that workflow, they will get the email, but anybody who's already on your email list will not get that email, right? So you want to make sure that you are setting up the automation before you start to share the landing page. I'm going to just quickly show you if I think that'll be a little bit better and easier to follow what I'm saying. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, here it goes. So you created a form. We created this one, right? So let's say this is done, and I have published this, and I grab the link of this form and I start sharing it on social media because I want people to start grabbing my, it looks like the goal trackers, right? So if I've done that, but if I didn't go back and created a workflow for it, they're not going to get the email. And even after I set up the email and set up this workflow, the people who are already on your email list are not going to receive it. If I hit edit, okay, so this workflow is already set up. I'm going to hit yes, pause. Okay, so as you can see, the trigger for this workflow is a subscriber is added to a segment. So when they're added to this goal setting tracker segment, that is when they're going to get that email. So anybody who's already on the list, they're not going to receive this email. So if you have missed this step, if you already shared the link and there are already people on your email list, what you want to do is manually send that email, manually send this email to them, and then for all of the future ones, set up this trigger so that they can begin to get this email. Another way of fixing this is basically removing them from the email list and adding them back. So exporting it and exporting your email list and then importing them back, that will trigger this workflow because then they're newly added. Exporting and then deleting and then re-importing. Just exporting and re-importing won't do the trick because they're already on the list, and Flodesk ignores it if they're already on the list. It doesn't consider them as a new subscriber. Okay, so that was the first one. The second one is, I'm looking at my notes. It's a long list. Second one is reusing the same landing page for more than one event. You want to try to avoid that as much as possible. We thought we were being very clever. I'm going to share my other screen for a second so I can show you what we did. Where's the funny and cute? Okay, so we created this form, this landing page form, where we offered our Flodesk masterclass, right? At the time when we did it, we didn't know that we were going to rerun it at a different time at a later date. So initially, this was in May. And later on, when we said, okay, let's do one more, because we had like such amazing feedback from it the first time we ran it as a free class, then we said, okay, let's do it again. So once we decided that, instead of creating a whole new landing page and all the email automation sequences with it, we repurposed this one, just change the date. That was a mistake. Don't do that. It gets very confusing on the back end because if you think about it, anybody after June 3rd who is signed up using this, they're still getting the email notifications for this class, which is already passed in the past, right? So essentially you want to change what email they get after this is already done, right? So I'm not a big fan of taking down your invitations after the event is passed. I'm not a big fan of that. I like leaving them out there so people know that this event happened, and if they're interested, I still want them to let me know they're interested. And if we run it again in the future, we'd love to have them there. Or if there's a chance they could get a replay, right? You still want to give people the opportunity to take advantage of something that you've already done. So all we want to do is basically still keep the landing page available, the form available for them to sign up, but switching the message on the back end saying, okay, the masterclass is closed or the event is over. You can still get the replay, or here is a link to sign up for the next one, or something like that, right? So you're still adding them to your email list and you're still serving them and helping them. Is just the sequence in the back has to change. And don't ever try to reuse the same one because it gets very confusing on the back end. Because we had, I think, like 6 or 7 email set up as a workflow to send out reminders and things like that. So poor people, some people got 2 emails when they came to the second one. They got confirmation emails for the first one and the second one because they ended up being in 2 lists and all that. It was pretty crazy. It was pretty messy. Okay, so I've made that mistake on your behalf so you can avoid it. If what I'm saying is very confusing and all that, let me know and I can help you answer that question. And if you want me to help you set up that workflow, now that I know what not to do, I'd be happy to do that as well. I can share a link how you can book a call with me. So here's my calendar link. It's tidycal.com/Timmy. So you can go here and hire me to do any of your tech setup, Flodesk or Kajabi or other automations that you're wanting to do. We love doing this stuff. Okay, so I am going to get rid of this. So that was mistake number 2. Do not reuse the same landing page for multiple events. The third one was, oh, this was a fun one. Okay, so you see how when I came here, there was a published workflow, and if I want to make any changes to it, I have to pause it, right? So this is a way for you to make any changes. Like if you missed something, if you saw a typo, or you want to add something more to the email, or you want to add more to the workflow or something, you can come back and edit an existing workflow, no problem. But what happens is, while it's paused, people who are getting added to your list are still being added while it's paused. It's a good thing. It's by design. Flodesk is designed like that, so that while you have it paused, while the emails are not going out, while you're still fixing or editing or whatever, you're not missing the opportunity of grabbing people and having them enter your email list. And once it's published again, if there is no like time trigger in there, it will still send out that email, right? It'll still, once you publish it, it'll send out that email. This is pause is different from draft. So when you first create a workflow, if I create a new one, let's say we'll do the same one, lead magnet one, right? I'm going to just customize this one. I just want to show you what happens. Okay, so same thing. I'm going to say when somebody gets added to the email list, and I'm just going to publish this. It says publish. So I'm going to actually not publish it because I'm going to leave it in draft for a minute. Okay, so when I go back, so this one is in draft, this one is in pause. So no emails are going out, right? So on the surface, it looks like they're equal, but they're not equal, right? Draft is something where it's not even though you have linked it to a list, it's not really recognizing the new people who are getting added to this email list. It's not doing that, right? Because it's in draft, you haven't made up your mind or anything like that, right? So it's not going to do that. But while it's paused, if people are getting added to that email list, even though I have added the people, I'm saying same email list for both, right? This one, when you publish it, this will trigger all of the people who have been added during the time while it was paused, while draft will not, right? When you publish the draft one, it will not. It will basically ignore anybody who's on the email list previously and wait until new people are added. So we made a bad mistake with this one too, right? While we were editing something, while I was trying to switch from the old email list to the new email list for the example I showed earlier, where we switched the event on the same landing page, it's a bad thing, right? I paused it. I didn't delete it. I paused it. And when I, what did I do? I think I published it, and it sent the email to all of the people who were on the list already. So don't do that. Like, a few people got added during that time and they got the notification. So draft versus pause, know the difference. When you are first starting something, definitely it's in draft. You want to publish it before you start sharing the landing page link with the people on your social media and stuff like that. Okay. I hope this helps. I hope this becomes a guide for someone else to avoid making these mistakes. Let's see. What else do I want to show? Okay. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a minute. Okay. So we also have a new membership. I'm so excited. It's like super duper awesome. Okay. So we've started a monthly membership. It's called Lead Automation Hub, where you can come and learn from me once a month. We'll have a live masterclass and you get the front row seat to it if you join the membership. Our first one is going to be on June 14th. Let me just make sure. Yes, next Wednesday, June 14th. If you join the membership before then, you get to come to that live. And of course, you'll have access to the replay and all of the resources that we share with that. Inside the membership, you also get access to our templates. There are a few templates in there already. Every month, we're going to be dropping new templates where we have 4 different themes to choose from. And I'm sure that you'll find one that will be more your style, and then you can use that. Add your own brand colors, add your own font styles if you like. We'll help you figure out how to modify all of that. So that's one of the things. What else do we include in the membership? Oh, we also do Q&A every week. We're going to do a live Q&A where I'm going to come into the community, inside the community, and answer any questions that I've received throughout the week. If you're stuck on a technical thing, or if you need my help with something, if you want to attach a screenshot of what you have tried to do and if it didn't work or something like that, or if you like my input, right, just to see how you can enhance it or make it better. I would love to answer questions like that inside the community. And lots of other things, right? So other programs that are coming down the pike, you're going to be the first ones to find out about that. And I'm going to be inside the community helping out with the other things as well. So I want to invite you to join. If you join before June 14th, like I said, you can come to the next masterclass. If you join after that, then you can come to the one after that. We'll be doing it once a month. And let's see. Oh, the price for the membership is only $9 at the moment. The first 30 people are getting it at $9 a month. As long as you stay in the membership, your price will not increase. After we hit 30, then the price is going up to $17 a month. And it's going to go up a little bit after that, some more. So now is the best time. If you're on the fence about it, join, check it out. If you don't love it, you can cancel anytime. It's a monthly thing. So you're not locked in for life or anything like that. So come check it out. It's only $9 a month. And let me know if you have any questions. I have enjoyed today's session. I hope that you've learned something from this goofball. I'll be back with another training next week, next Tuesday, around 11 or 12. It was so funny. I was trying to schedule it and I forgot to fix the time, and it scheduled it for 12:11. I was like, okay, 12:11 it is. That's when we're going to show up. Okay. Be a blessing. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.